Whistleblowers have come forward and report that a former member of Congress and presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard is on TSA's surveillance list of suspected terrorists. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week we heard from several federal air marshal whistleblowers with information that former rep and presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard is currently enrolled in the Quiet Skies program, a TSA surveillance program with its own terrorist watch list. It is a program that allegedly is designed to protect traveling Americans from domestic terrorists, but has also been weaponized against January 6th defendants and their families, including an infant, because his father attended the infamous rally. Clearly, he is a danger. Also on the list is an air marshal's wife and a 20-year veteran just for being in DC, not even the protest, just the city on January 6th, and like most government lists, it's very difficult to get off of. The news first broke as an exclusive from Undercover DC, complete with screenshots from the database as proof. The info first went to Sonia Labasco, the executive director of the Air Marshal National Council, a national advocacy group, a group whose director and president have been vocal about the government classifying innocent Americans as terrorists and adding them to these lists, all willy-nilly as the government does. They've written countless letters to the Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs, the House Homeland Committee, the Committee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government, and the House Oversight Committee, voicing their concerns and even trying to get the program shut down, obviously with no luck. According to Bosco, every flight Gabbard boards also carries 2 explosive detection canine teams, 1 transportation security specialist for explosives, 1 plainclothes TSA supervisor, and 3 federal air marshals, all without her knowledge, and a lot of tax dollars. She says that she has tried to contact Gabbard about this, but so far hasn't had any luck. I'm sure by now that it is starting to get into the news cycle, she has figured it out. Now, before I get into the rest of the details and the proof, at least from the outside that this is politically motivated, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. They might not be able to get you off a terrorist watch list because no one can, but they are the folks that you want in your corner if you ever find yourself in a self-defense incident. The Attorneys on Retainer program from the Attorneys for Freedom wants to make sure that you are covered for legal defense if a self-defense incident happens. They are actual lawyers whose job is to give you legal counsel rather than an insurance company with all kinds of exclusions and fine print that frankly often is more interested in covering their butts. Attorneys on Retainer has you covered for misdemeanors, felonies, appeals, and even bail bonds. It doesn't even matter if you were in a gun-free zone. And unlike insurance companies, their only requirements are that the incident happened after purchasing coverage and that you reasonably acted in good faith. So, switch over from your existing self-defense coverage, head on over to my link down in the description, and use code LibertyDoll to get $50 off your sign-up. Now, back to the rest of the video, Labasco believes the feds are specifically targeting conservatives, though Gabbard doesn't exactly fit that mold, though she's pissed a few people off. She endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2016. She endorsed Joe Biden in 2020. She is liked by many independents and libertarians, and even some conservatives, and has fabulous hair, by the way, though historically her positions on universal health care and gun control left a lot to be desired. She has changed her mind on some of those gun control issues and made headlines when she left the Democratic Party in recent years, instead calling herself an independent. She said that the Democrats had become a party of anti-white wokeness that was pitching the country towards nuclear war. She has been critical of the US's endless wars, interventionism, and has been leaning more conservative in her stances since leaving the party. She even endorsed some Republicans during the 2022 midterm elections, including J.D. Vance and Carrie Lake, has appeared on Fox News and even spoke at CPAC in 2022 and 2024. She has been critical of the government's treatment of January 6th attendees and went so far as to call Adam Schiff himself a domestic terrorist. Can't say that I disagree with her. There were even rumors of her being on Trump's list for VP running mates, though obviously she did not make that final cut. Either way, she's been making some waves. So basically, the Biden administration / deep state, though at this point they are one and the same, probably see her as a dangerous turncoat. But I wouldn't think that those positions are necessarily enough to stick her on a watch list. But then again, Hillary Clinton called her a Russian asset back in 2020, and we all know what happens when you get on the wrong side of Hillary Clinton. And I mean, these days, the government targeting their political adversaries is just common practice. According to Undercover DC, an individual is enrolled in the program without their knowledge for national security reasons. Teams of federal air marshals are assigned to individuals, following and tracking them from when they enter the airport and then on all of their flights and transits until they reach their destination. Enrolled individuals usually have a quad S on the bottom right-hand corner of their boarding passes, but not always. They are often flagged for extra searches, frequently so lengthy that they miss their flights. According to Labasco, Gabbard's enrollment in Quiet Skies is likely politically motivated. Air marshals were first assigned to Gabbard on July 23rd, a day after she criticized Kamala Harris, Biden, and the national security state in an interview with Laura Ingraham. FAMs, Federal Air Marshals, were mobilized on July 24th and assigned to their first flight with her on July 25th. That alone to me is enough to convince me that it's politically motivated, as that is too big of a coincidence. At the end of the day, it's just more proof that the government has been weaponized against its citizens, and even a former politician isn't safe from it just because she stopped towing the party line. All right, folks, that is it for this video. You guys know the drill. For all of the algorithm things, please ring that notification bell and check your subscriptions. Drop a comment down below. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.